Jared Polin, Photos.com, and Nikon just put out 2 new lenses. Now, some of you, if you're a pro, you're probably not going to be too keen on the 2 new pieces of glass, and for amateurs and beginners, these may be better options. What are these 2 new lenses? The first one is a 24-85 VR. It's an AFS, it's a 3.5, 4.5, it's an FX lens, it's full frame. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And the second one is an 18-300 3.5 to 5.6 AFS. It's a DX lens. So these 2 new lenses are really geared towards amateurs, not professionals. Now the first one, the 24 to, 85 VR, being that it's not a 2.8 and being that it's a variable aperture lens, what's it going to go on? Because one, if you have a D800, you're probably not buying this camera. If you have a D4, you're not buying this camera. If you have a D800, lens, if you have a D800, you're probably not buying this lens either. So is there something else coming out? We'll have to wait and see to see if this lens will be a kit lens for the next body that comes out in a full frame option, but I don't know. So would I use this? I probably personally wouldn't use this because I have the 24-70 2.8 and like using the straight 2.8 lenses. Some people will say that because it has VR, that it's almost like shooting with a 2.8, if not better, because you can get 3 to 4 stops of light difference by using VR, and the 24-70 doesn't have that. Now, that doesn't make up for shooting objects that are moving. Again, how VR works is if you shoot at a really slow shutter speed and you're hand holding and the subject you're shooting isn't moving, then the VR is going to come in handy. But if you're shooting a musician, a band, guys that run around on stage, women that run around on stage, you're not going to freeze them at a 1/10 of a second, at a 1/15 of a second, because you have the VR on. The background's going to be nice and sharp, but the subject isn't. So it's a basic lens designed for a beginner, and I don't think if you have a full frame, I don't think that it's for you. Or if you have a full frame now, it's probably not for you at this point, but maybe that next camera will be the perfect fit for this lens for beginners. Now the 18-300, you know my feelings on those mega uber duper super zoom lenses, but people on DX who are looking for one lens to rule them all like to go with super mega zooms. You have the 28-300 from Nikon, which is really expensive, which most people wouldn't go for. A lot of people went for the 18-200 VR, which is a 5.6 as well. It's a variable aperture 3.5 to 5.6. An 18-300 could be that lens that a beginner uses with a D3200, a D7000, a D5100, whatever basic DX camera you have. This could be a good travel lens if you just want to take one lens and you're not worried about getting the best professional quality in the world out of your images. You just want to capture what's going on and you want to do it with one lens, because shooting at 18 and being able to shoot at 300 with one lens would be awesome. Imagine an 18-300 2.8. It would probably be about $100,000 and weigh about 40 pounds, but 18-300 is a huge range. So who is it for? It's for somebody who's looking for one lens to just do everything, and they're not really worried about much else other than going away on vacation or shooting the kids in outdoor situations. It's not going to be the best lens indoors, even with that VR, but that's who it's really for. So really, they're not pro lenses, they're basic lenses, they're amateur lenses, but that is who they are for, and that's all I have for you right now. If you'd like to pick up these lenses, I know that Alan's camera will have them, so you can give them a call. The information is on the screen right now. So there you have it. That's a preview of the 2 Nikon lenses, and I will do unboxing, sniff tests, and examples when Alan gets them in and I can play with them. So there you have it. Jared Polin, Photos.com. See ya.
Don't forget to please subscribe to the channel here on YouTube so that you can get the latest information and all of the uploads as soon as they go up. Also, if you haven't signed up for the email list on Photos.com, you will get a free guide, a guide to capturing motion in low light situations, as well as a 60-minute long video on flash photography in the studio just for signing up with your name, email address, and hitting send it. You will get that for free.